Hey guys, Rich from Richmond Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. Now, we all love Marvel Crisis Protocol, and for the most of us, the way that we will play the game are the rules outlined in the Living Rulebook online. Whether that's in a league format or whether that's in a one-day Crisis event or indeed just a casual game with friends. But there are lots and lots of other ways and modes to be able to play this game that make it even more enjoyable. Now, this has come about because some of you may have seen I did a live stream of a draft video last week where me along with 9 other players did a draft, and then we're going to be playing our 3 or 4 games over the next couple of weeks. And a lot of people asking me questions, what is this, Rich? It looks really fun. So first of all, I'm going to start off with the draft that we played, which is some unofficial rules. And then I'll go into some of the other modes that you may not be aware of. So starting with the draft then, you want to get between 8 and 10 players, an even number because we want to be paired off. So 6 does work, 10 does work. I would say 8 is the optimum. And then you want to get all of the characters and put them in the middle of the table. Each player then gets 100 credits each, and we're going to be playing for 8 rounds. So we randomly decide which player is going to go first. Now you could do this by age, you could do it by alphabetized names, you could roll a dice, but once you've picked who's going to go first, they're going to have priority, and they will start by selecting the first character that's going to go up for auction. Now, with that first character, they will put in an initial bid, and then each player in turn can put in their own bids with being able to outbid each other time and time again. Once the bidding comes to a natural close, or once the person that's hosting it calls out 3 times, then that bidding will end, and whoever's got the highest bid wins that character. You then move on to the second player and do the same, all until we get round to the first player again, and then we start round 2. Now, there's no limits to how many times a player can bid, or indeed how many characters a player can buy in each round. But remember, once we've finished the draft period, all of the normal rules apply. So really, you want to try and get a leader and some characters that are affiliated to that affiliation. So what we like to do once we've got to the end of the 8th round, and that's 8 lots of 8 characters, that's going to be 64 characters on the table in total. Now you'll notice that you divide it by 8, that isn't going to be 10 characters each. So more often than not, you're going to end up with at least a handful of people with less than their 10 characters. But any people who have any credits left over, they get to make a final bid on the way around. So we exclude any characters that have got no credits left. They're now out of the game. And basically, any characters that are left, we go around once more. They can pick any character they want, but they have to spend all of their credits on it. But the kicker here is they can indeed be outbid. So if there is somebody left with more credits than you, they can bid all of their credits, gazump you, and take that final character that you want. So it's a bit of a game of cat and mouse, is that one. The only extra thing then on the draft that we played is characters who want to take gems. There were no limits on gems, but normal rules apply. But we spend 5 credits per gem. You can buy them at any point. They're bound to that character that you buy them with, and normal rules where you can't have more than one of the same gems. So you've got Corvus and Thanos. You can't buy 2 reality gems and put 1 on each. Once you finish your draft, you then play your 3 or 8 games, depending on how many players you've got, and you build your rosters in the normal way. Now, typically how we play is you build your roster once, and that's the roster that you keep throughout the entire event itself. Now let's take a look at some of the other game modes that have been made available to us by Atomic Mass Games. So first of all, we have something called Ultimate Encounters. Now these tend to revolve around a single character, but that single character gets a beefed up or indeed an Ultimate Encounter version of their card, making them significantly more powerful. So we've got 3 on the Atomic Mass Games website that are completely free, and all the assets that you need can be downloaded on there. And I believe that the All Will Be Metal one, which is the one based around Ultron, can actually be played with just the core box itself. So if all you've got is a core box and you're looking for some other ways to be able to play the game, that's a fantastic way to start. We've also got the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Encounter, and then the Vibranium Heist ultimate encounter as well. They're all really, really fun, and as I say, they're all included on the Atomic Mass Games website. The second type of ultimate encounter then are the two that we've had so far, which are the ones that come in the Thanos and the Dormammu pack. So each of those character packs came with their own ultimate encounter. Now these are two that I haven't actually had the chance to play yet, but I've watched video playthroughs of them, and again they seem like really, really fun. I know in the Dormammu one you use the portals in there and the extra sort of bits of terrain as part of it. You've got the throne in the Thanos one as well. So they're the ones that you get with two character packs, so you should definitely try them out. The last ones then are the organised play set. So these are things like the Magneto Mutant Masterworks, you've got the Carnage or the Symbiote Separation Anxiety, and I think there's one or two more as well, but hopefully with more to come in the future. These again are really, really fun. Separation Anxiety is a great way to get more players playing the game, and actually most of these ultimate encounters can be played with more than two people. So if you want to get multiple people of you, sit round with some beer and pretzels on the night, round a gaming board table with some friends. These are a great, great way to be able to enjoy the game. The next one then that Atomic Mass Games gave us a little while ago now is the Infinity War League. Now what's completely different about this game to any of the other modes that we have is that you carry on your upgrades and you carry your permanent upgrades over with you from game to game. So really, really interesting game mode. You get some completely new extraction and crisis events to be able to use, and then as I say, you get these Infinity War League upgrades. They're all centered around each of the gems, so the power gem, reality gem, etc. And you get upgrades that you can do. So for example, on the power gem, there's one that is once per game. You may have all allied characters gain one additional power during the power phase. So you imagine the sort of shenanigans that you can get up to using these sort of extra abilities. So really, really cool. Again, just a really, really fun way to play the game. Next up then is the Battle Realm format, and I would say this could be used in both a single day crisis event and if you fancy doing something a little bit different, a one-off game with a friend. Now the big difference here is that you're going to bring 15 characters in your roster. You're going to bring your entire collection of Team Tactics cards along with 5 of each crisis card, so 5 secure and 5 extract. Now the reason for this is that whilst you are doing your recruiting phase, so once you've rolled off for priority and you've picked which extractions and secures you're going to be playing, you're then going to take it in turns to not only recruit characters, but also dismiss some of your opponent's characters, as you can see on the chart next to me. So you need to be really clever with how you craft this. You need to make sure that when you're doing that first recruit, you probably want to take a leader with you at the very least, or have at least a dual or even triple affiliated roster with the fact that you can take 15. But once again, all of the rules are on the Atomic Mass Games website, and it's just another really fun way to be able to play the game. The last version then is the Collector. Now this again is most definitely not a competitive game. It's one where you want to bring a closer group of friends together, and it runs a little bit like the unofficial draft that we played the other evening. Basically, you turn up with a group of characters, but you shuffle all of the character cards or all of the leader cards together, and you deal 2 leader cards to each player, and then you run into a draft mode where characters are selected at random, but they come with a tactics card, and you pick in sort of order, so you take it in turns of priority token moves until you go around, and each of you has a roster of characters and cards. There's no credits involved in this, you just purely take it in turn. But again, it's another really, really fun way, and another, I would say beer and pretzels way of being able to enjoy the game. And there we go, guys. There are some alternative ways to be able to play and enjoy Marvel Crisis Protocol. And I would highly, highly recommend trying some of these out as an alternative, especially if you've got a really nice group of players down at a local gaming store or a local gaming club or something like that. If there are any of the Ultimate Encounters that you can't get hold of, well, do not worry, because all of the Ultimate Encounters are available on Tabletop Simulator. So if it's something like Separation Anxiety or the Mutant Masterworks, the ones that were only available exclusively in store and you can't buy them from your local gaming stores, you may be able to pick them up on eBay or in some of the buy and sell groups. They're quite often going on there. But if you want to try them out, head over to TTS and you can find them in there in the main game. I'll leave links down in the description below for all of the various rules and everything else that they've got for the games. I'll also leave a link back to the draft that we did the other night, because if you watch that through, you'll get an idea as to how we played that game. Guys, I have now set up a Patreon for the channel. Those of you know we've got a Discord running, we've got the Facebook group, we've obviously got the YouTube channel. But if you want to be able to support the channel from as little as $1 a month, so $12 a year, it really, really will go a long way to helping me continue to make content on the channel. If you've liked this video and it's been useful in any way, shape or form, all I ask is that you give that like button a boop and share this on your social media so other people can see it as well. Links to the Discord and the Facebook channel can also be found down in the description below. And as always, guys, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.